Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is maryamnyc, and today's video is going to be a foundation review. You can see that my eyes are already done. I am reviewing a new eyeshadow palette, so I'll have that video up as well. But I wanted to come to you guys because I really want to test out the Maybelline foundation. I recently hauled this. And this is the Super Stay Active Wear 30-hour foundation. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be a wear test because I haven't left my house, and I feel like a wear test without being in the elements is kind of phony. But we're going to test the coverage, the feel, and how it sits on the face. Because I do work from home. So over the next couple of weeks, as and when I use them, I'll give you guys my final thoughts. But this is more like a first impression. So Maybelline, Maybelline did send me 3 shades, and as I said in my haul video, I did go ahead to purchase 60 caramel anyway, but they sent me 60 caramel, 70 cocoa, and 75 mocha. It does come in 20 shades, I believe. And I've got a card from Maybelline as well. So a few specs from the card that they shared. It is 30-hour wear. It comes in 20 shades. It is sweat, water, and transfer proof. Full coverage foundation, lightweight. It's oil free, non-comedogenic, and also won't block your pores. Suitable for all skin types and won't look or feel chalky once applied. So these are the shades that I've got. So I've got 60 caramel, I've got 70 cocoa, and then I've got 75 mocha. 70 cocoa and 75 mocha kind of look really close. I feel like there's a 65 possibly missing in between these two shades, but honestly guys, all the websites that carry them that I've looked on, I haven't seen any other shade in between 60 caramel and 70 cocoa. I'm not sure if they're still coming out, or maybe those platforms aren't carrying that shade, but I feel like the 65, if there is one, would be what would suit me completely, because the 60 caramel has that yellow undertone, but it's just a little bit too light. And then the 70 cocoa looks more like it's got like a little bit of a red but more of a neutral base in my eyes, so that can look a little bit dark on me. It is dark anyway, so I think I'm gonna have to mix these two to kind of get what 65 would look like. But this is what the 3 shades swatch like. Primer of choice is going to be the Tarte Smoothing Primer, because this primer has worked with every single foundation that I have tested, and I trust it so much. So hopefully it's gonna give me that snatched look. I do want to say that when I swatched all 3 shades, they felt really creamy on the hand, so hopefully that translates on my face. Okay, the primer's on and it's settled in. You can see that it does help to blur out my pores and also gives me a mattified face. I've mixed 70 and 60 together to give me this concoction. I'm hoping that it matches me as well as I think it will, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply. Yeah, I think that's alright. That's a good match. It's slightly dark, but I think with concealer and everything it'll work. So what I did was I did 3 pumps of 70 and 2 pumps of 60. I really want to test out this coverage. They said it's full coverage, so let's see. Alright, so it does dry down pretty quickly into like a really matte powdery type of finish. I've got oily combination skin, and I almost feel like I don't even need to set this with a powder. That is how matte it feels. It feels like it's just dried. Even my brush is dried. It's just dried. really fast. So I think I am gonna try and layer it and see how much I can get away with getting the fullest coverage over here. For the most part, I'll say coverage is good. If I can layer it, then it will even be better. So I'm gonna try to layer it and see what it looks like. I'm gonna use a sponge to apply it this time to see if I can get as much coverage. And this time I went in with 1 pump of 60 and 1 pump of 70. Okay, this is what I've got so far. It is very full coverage. And I love the fact that I can layer it. Like, my skin looks really good. Looks pretty matte. I don't even think I need to set this with powder at all. So I'm going to go ahead and carry on with my face. But I'm just going to speed through the rest of the makeup application just so that we can share our thoughts at the end. So hopefully everything sits nicely on it. So let's go. Where's my Valentine's Day dinner? That's literally how I feel right now. Okay, so let's get into the foundation. So basically, guys, I didn't even use powder. Didn't use any setting powder or face powder on top of this foundation. This is literally the primer, the foundation, my concealer, and setting powder underneath my eyes, and that's it. And around my chin, and just the areas that I applied the concealer. I didn't use any powder, and this is how my face looks. My face, I can't speak because I'm so excited. My face feels mattified. It feels like it's gonna last me all day. And obviously I paired it with a smoothing primer, one to blur out my pores. So my pores look really blurred and mattified, and it just works really well with this foundation. So if you have combination to oily skin, get yourself a good matte primer, and if you've got large pores, get yourself a good pore filling primer and use this foundation and you are good to go. This is one of the fastest application for bases that I have done in the longest time. I absolutely love this foundation. I love the coverage of it. I love the fact that I can layer it, and I love the fact that I don't need to use a setting powder to actually get the coverage or get the consistency that I'm looking for. So I live for this foundation, guys. I just need Maybelline to increase the shade range. Like 20 isn't going to cut it, because obviously at this point I still have to mix shades. Unless if I'm missing 65 out there, definitely let me know in the comment section if you've come across a mid shade between 60 and 70. But for the time being, I haven't seen one. I think that there are quite a lot of shades that they're missing out on that they really need to bring out. But if you're able to get your shade in this foundation, I think you will absolutely love it. I see where they're going with the whole active wear, because literally I feel like this foundation is going to keep me looking matte for a very long time. So you can use it to work out, you know, out in the elements, and hopefully won't break down as fast as some other foundations will. But yeah, I love it. If you haven't checked it out, Beauty Bay has it. I think I've seen it on Superdrug as well. If I find the locations, I'll put them in the description box below. So a few things that I didn't mention: you do get 30 milliliters of product. It retails for $10.99 and it does have a pump. It just reminds me of the normal Super Stay, because they came out with a Super Stay foundation that actually looks like this, but this one has active wear on it. If you want to know a quick difference between the two, I don't need to set this one with powder. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it, but the Super Stay one, I felt the need to set my face with powder to help it last longer. So yeah, that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Turn on that notification bell so that you know when next I release a video. And look out for this eye tutorial. If it is out, I will pop it in the cards and also in the description box below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, God doesn't like ugly. Be nice to someone today, and Black lives always matter. And I'll catch you guys in a future video.